All right. So, what exactly happened to this guy? Um, let's get to it. We're just going to start the fire. Um, this was May 11th, 2011. Um, and it happened between, I guess, 10 a.m. and noon. Um, I had gone to work at Two Fellas in a Big Vehicle. That's the moving company that I worked for at the time. Um, and I wasn't needed that day, so I got dropped off early. Um, Back at my house, well, apartment, whatever, where I lived. Um, and I passed out on the couch. Um, yeah. Apparently, my neighbors were stuffing cigarettes in their bathroom wall. You weren't allowed to smoke in the apartments. That was like one of the rules. Um, so they would do it in the bathroom with the vent fan on so it would suck the smoke out. And then they would stick the butts into a hole where they had ripped their toilet paper holder off the wall. And I guess they'd been doing this for some time, and it, finally caught fire. That wall was between our bathroom and the bedroom. So the wall caught on fire, and then once the fire got to the mattresses, um, wow, gone. Um, so when I came to, all I saw was smoke. I never saw any fire. Um, so I saw a bunch of smoke. I was like, oh, there's smoke everywhere. Boom. Hit my knees, crawled over to the patio. This was on the third floor of the apartment building. I opened the patio, went outside. Smoke was pouring out, everything like that. And I was like, should I climb down the balconies? Because I can definitely do it. And I was like, no, no, you shouldn't do that. Don't do that. Luckily, some of my nephews had gone swimming earlier and thrown some towels over the side of the balcony to dry. So I was like, sweet. Grabbed a towel, kind of threw it over me, crawled back through the apartment, under the smoke, to the door. It wasn't that far because apartments are small, like 20 feet, something like that. Maybe not even that. The door was really hard to open. I guess it expanded due to the heat. And yeah, but eventually I was able to, you just like pull it out of there. Um, and then, so, now smoke is pouring out of my apartment, and I, slammed the door shut real quick. And since I'm on the third floor, there's 4 apartments on each one. I go down around each floor, knocking on doors, making sure, everybody else has got out. And once I get out, I notice, everybody has already left the building. Everybody's already outside. So I sit down on the steps and, freak out a little bit. Like, oh my God, how'd this happen? Whose fault is it? Am I in trouble? Whatever, because at the time I didn't know the source of the fire or whatever. So I thought it could have been me. Who knows? But it wasn't. And I thought I was fine. I was just sitting out on the patio or on the steps or whatever of the apartment building talking to various people. And then the ambulance was the first thing on the scene. They were talking to people and stuff like that. And then they talked to me and they were like, hey, are you okay? And I was like, oh yeah, dude, I think I'm fine. They were like, well, why don't you come over to the ambulance and get checked out? And I was like, oh, sure. Yeah, whatever. And I sat down on the back of the ambulance. And they said they were going to give me a shot for the pain or something like that. So it was kind of like I felt a little pinch. I'm sure that's not where they put the shot, but maybe, who knows. But then, yeah, after that, it was a weird roller coaster ride of being like, I'm conscious, I'm unconscious, conscious, unconscious. Why are they torturing me? What's going on? Apparently, they put me into a medically induced coma. Um, that's a story in and of itself. I was in a coma for 30 days, which, when they told me that, I was like, are you sure? Because I have like distinct memories of being laid on a table and shot with water and screaming at them to ask, why are you shooting me with hot water? Like, why are you torturing me? And they're like, we're not shooting you with hot water, we're shooting with cold water. Whatever. I guess if like you had an extreme sunburn and you get in the shower and you take a cold shower and you use cold water, it still feels hot sometimes. So I guess multiply that a couple times. But yeah, that's the nuts and bolts of exactly what happened. So got that out of the way, and maybe I'll do another video soon about the hospital stay. The hospital staff was awesome, super cool people. But yeah, that answers the question of what happened, and I thought it was going to take forever to tell that story, and it only took about 7 minutes, so awesome.